ਹੈਲੋ ਐਂਡ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ YouTube ਚੈਨਲ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਫॉर ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ PSEB ਕਲਾਸ 12th ਜਨਰਲ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦਾ ਮਾਡਲ ਟੈਸਟ ਪੇਪਰ ਸਤੰਬਰ 2025 ਦੇ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਦੇ ਲਈ। ਆਓ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। 80 ਅੰਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੀਖਿਆ, 3 ਘੰਟਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਰੀਡਿੰਗ ਕੰਪਰੀਹੈਂਸ਼ਨ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਆਪ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਤੇ ਆਪ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਨੂੰ ਪੌਜ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਸ ਕੰਪਰੀਹੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਨ ਉੱਤਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। आओ हुण असीं करते हैं प्रश्न उत्तर। पहला प्रश्न है, विच वर्ड इन द पैराग्राफ मीन्स एक्सपायर्ड? तो इसका उत्तर है पास्ड अवे। अगला क्वेश्चन, वट मैसेज डिड कलाम गिव टू यंग माइंड्स? इसका उत्तर है ही गेव अ मैसेज टू ड्रीम बिग एंड वर्क हार्ड टू यंग माइंड्स। अगला प्रश्न, विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डिड कलाम ज्वाइंड आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग? तो इसका उत्तर है ही ज्वाइंड डिफेंस रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन DRDO after completing aerospace engineering. अगला प्रश्न, what was Kalam passionate about besides his interest in science? तो इसका उत्तर है Kalam was a passionate educator and advocate for youth empowerment. अगला प्रश्न, for which scientific contribution was Abdul Kalam greatly acclaimed? तो इसका उत्तर है Abdul Kalam was greatly acclaimed for his contributions to India's missile technology, particularly for his leadership in the development of India's first indigenous satellite launch vehicle and ballistic missile systems. अगला प्रश्न, what was Kalam's father's occupation? Kalam's father was a boat owner and imam of a local mosque. अगला प्रश्न, in which subjects did Kalam show his keen interest? Kalam showed a deep interest in science and mathematics. अगला प्रश्न, what inspiration does the young generation get from life of Abdul Kalam? इसका उत्तर है young generation get the inspiration to strive for excellence and contribute positively to society. अगला प्रश्न, how old was Kalam when he became the president of India? इसका उत्तर है D option, 71 years. अगला प्रश्न, which one of the following words is not a synonym of indigenous? तो इसका उत्तर है दूजी ऑप्शन, फॉरन, क्योंकि इंडिजीनस का अर्थ होंदा है सेम कंट्री तो, लोकल कंट्री तो या डोमैसटिक। तो इस तो बाद है दूजा पैरा, जो कि आप सारे विद्यार्थियों की स्क्रीन के सामने आ रहा है। तो आप सारे विद्यार्थी स्क्रीन को पॉज करके इस पैरे को पढ़ सकते हो। फिर असी प्रश्न उत्तर करांगे। तो हुण असी करते हैं प्रश्न उत्तर। How should we treat the differently abled children? तो इसका उत्तर है with sympathy. अगला प्रश्न, according to the author, what is our first duty towards differently abled children? तो इसका उत्तर है to make them happier and less lonely. अगला प्रश्न, how do some children become differently abled? तो इसका उत्तर है in some cases these persons may have been born blind or deaf, while in others they may have gone blind or deaf as a result of some illness or accident. अगला प्रश्न, what makes the life of handicapped children sad and lonely? Handicapped children suffer from neglect and are left to themselves in their homes. This makes their life extremely sad and lonely. इस तो बाद fill in the blank with a suitable word from the passage. We must treat these children with love and sympathy. इस तो बाद match the words in column A with their meaning in column B. सिंपैथी, सिंपैथी का अर्थ होंदा फीलिंग ऑफ पिटी एंड टेंडरनेस। लोनली का अर्थ होंदा कंपैनीयनलैस। इस तो बाद सैक्शन बी ग्रामर, जिस विच सब तो पहला लैटर। तो असी लैटर को हल किया होया, जो कि आप सारे विद्यार्थियों की स्क्रीन के सामने आ रहा है। तो आप सारे विद्यार्थी स्क्रीन को पॉज करके देख सकते हो कि असी लैटर को किस तरह लिखा है। तो आप सारे विद्यार्थी लैटर को किस तरह लिख सकते हो। तो इस तो बाद ट्रांसलेशन, ट्रांसलेट इंटू पंजाबी और हिंदी। दे वर क्लैवर, वो चलाक सन। द स्टूडेंट्स प्ले इन द ग्राउंड एवरी डे, विद्यार्थी हर रोज़ मैदान विच खेडते हैं। तो इस तो बाद है ट्रांसलेट इनटू इंग्लिश। अमित मेरा विद्यार्थी सी, अमित वॉज माई स्टूडेंट। असी सड़क के नियमों का पालन करते हैं, वी ओबे द ट्रैफिक रूल्स। तो इस तो बाद है डू एज डायरेक्टेड, सब तो पहले डिटर्मिनर। शी इज़ एज प्योर एज एन एंजल। द रोड लीड्स टू अमृतसर। ही इज़ एन इंटेलिजेंट मैन। द गंगा इज़ अ सेक्रेड रिवर। तो इस तो बाद है fill in the blank with the gerund. The using computer saves a lot of time. ਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ infinitive, there is nothing to say. ਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ participle, my father is a retired man. ਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਸੀ ਲਿਟਰੇਚਰ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ 1 mark ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ. ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲਾ Hassan was on a high position in the software industry. True या false? ਤੇ false है. Hassan held himself responsible for his problems. Philip spent his time playing baseball apart from learning music. Philip had decided to join the circus. True या false? ते true है. Dash propagated the term lateral thinking. ਤੇ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਉੱਤਰ ਹੈ Edward D. Bono. How much amount did Thomas borrow from the bank? ਤੇ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਉੱਤਰ ਹੈ $5,000. Who trampled upon the writer's toe? ਤੇ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਉੱਤਰ ਹੈ the bus conductor. ਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੈ why was the passenger hurled out of the lift? The passenger was hurled out of the lift because he had misbehaved with the liftman. What serves as little courtesies in a daily life? The words like please and thank you serve as little courtesies in a daily life. Philip served as a bandmaster for 5 different presidents. This is the part B extensive study. Who is the author of the chapter The School for Sympathy? E.V. Lucas. What was the name of the head girl? Millie. The name of the gardener was Peter. A red-haired policeman walks after him with a sieve full of gooseberries in his hand. Yeldrin was a policeman. Rukin was a policeman. True या false? ते false है. Dash took the dog to its owner. ते इसका उत्तर है Proher. इस तो बाद है how many siblings did Bhuli have? Bhuli had 6 siblings, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. Tehsildar came to the village for the inauguration of school. How old was Bhuli when her sister Mangla got married? ते इसका उत्तर है 7 years. This to bother read the lines given below and answer the questions that follow. And I have learned to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it's been nice talking to you after being bored. The question है name the poem and the poet. तो इसका उत्तर है poem. Once upon a time, poet Gabriel Okara, who is a speaker in the poem. A father is a speaker in the poem. What has the poet learned to do with his feelings? He has learned to hide his real feelings. What is the meaning of laughing with only my teeth? It means that he is laughing without being happy from inside. This is the central idea of the poem. On friendship या echoing green. जैसी on friendship the central idea लिखा. The poem is written by Khalil Gibran. He tells us about friendship by praising its virtues and advantages. A friend is a God's gift. He stands by us through thick and thin. He can read our thoughts even if we do not express them. Joys become double and sorrows half when shared with a friend. This is the short answer questions. Answer any 3 questions. Why was Hassan not noticed by the teacher in the class? This is the उत्तर है. Hassan was not noticed by the teacher because he was hardly ever present in the class. During which days would Hassan show up in the class? Hassan would often show up during class test and examination days. How did Philip manage to get a clean dress? His music teacher's wife, Mrs. Esputa, gave him a white shirt. The shirt was large and she fitted it with the help of pins. What was the proposal given to the poor farmer by the moneylender? The moneylender's proposal was that he would write off the father's debt if he could marry his daughter. Describe the glow of pleasure that the narrator experienced. The bus conductor behaved with the narrator in a courteous manner even though the narrator had no money to pay for the bus fare. This was the glow of pleasure that the narrator experienced. This is the answer any 2 questions. What was the real aim of Miss Beam's school? The real aim of Miss Beam's school was to instill thoughtfulness, humanity and good citizenship among the students. Why did Rukin think he must have damages? Rukin was a working man. He had a fine work to do. He said that he won't be able to use his finger for a week. The law was also on his side, so Rukin thought he must have damages. Why did Tehsildar come to the village? The Tehsildar came to the village to perform the opening ceremony of a primary school for girls. This is the long answer questions. Draw a brief character sketch of Hassan Jha. Write the theme of the chapter on singing please. ऐसे Hassan the character sketch लिखा है. Hassan was a college student. He was a bright student but was irregular in studies. He was hardly ever present in the class. He was always short of attendance. He used to laugh at hard-working students and called them nerds. He would spend all his night listening to music and chatting with friends. When he grew up, nobody liked him in the office because of his bad behavior. He finally became a salesman of a computer software. The narrator encouraged him to work hard in life and he promised to follow her advice. This to बाद है. Give a brief character sketch of Miss Beam. Yeah, justify the title of the story, A Chameleon. Miss Beam was a middle-aged, authoritative, kind and understanding lady. She runs a school with a purpose to instill empathy in her students. The students were not burdened with heavy academic studies. They were taught simple language and mathematical skills. Every child in her school had one blind day, one deaf day, one maimed day, and one dumb day. On these days, students get the idea of discomfort of handicapped persons and they develop a feeling of sympathy towards such people.